So now is the time to take the floor of Javier Navarro, our friend from Colombia, Spain, China, a Freelander. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay. No, it's okay. See. Yep. Okay, nice to meet you guys. My name is Javi. As Fabricio just said, I was born in Colombia. I was raised in Colombia. And through festivals, I got the opportunity to travel all around the world. I met a lot of people, a lot of cultures, different dances, different music. I was former engineer. Then I developed my career through cultural management. And I just got my PhD 3 years ago about cultural industries and communication, right? Through festivals, I knew how to develop a career, not only visiting festivals or not only dancing or not only doing an artistic projects, but also to promote and to get into the policies and how to develop that for the community, not only for your own project, your own group, or your own festivals. I also had organized different festivals in Spain. I work before meeting Emma, I work in China with other companies. And right now I'm working in China with her, and we are doing different projects. I remember 12 years ago in 2010, I went and visited and met girl in Cibo festivals. You might know that festival is one of the best known festivals in the world for more than 40 years, something like that, right? I also have friends who met his wife and his husband through a festival, right? My friend from Colombia met his wife from Spain in one of the festivals in Serbia. I also have another friend from Italy who married a Croatian girl in a festival in Bosnia and Herzegovina, right? So this is one part when we can say we are not from the place that we born. We are from one world, right? And this is one of the organizations that can give you that opportunity. When you are just close on your own country, you probably might not have the opportunity to develop that with other countries. But we have more things in common that we might know, right? So as a musician, I also got the opportunity to play music with African musicians. All our music comes from Africa, from the African slaves on the history. I also can talk with European musicians, and as well with Asian musicians, right? So this is the beauty of this kind of organizations. But right now, everything that we had to do, we had to focus on one thing, and that is the plan that UNESCO has for this kind of organizations. And if we don't keep in mind the policies, we will never improve from being just an artistic group or an artistic festivals, right? Because we will never have that kind of funding. One of the biggest problems for all of us is the funding, right? We never have money and nobody wants to give us money. Am I right? It's super difficult, right? For artists and also for festivals, for festival managers. But we are focused right now. This is the agenda for the UNESCO, and they are focusing on Africa and also on gender equality. That means that we might have 50 men and 50 women for any project that we want to put on a UNESCO level, right? In a UNESCO level, they will ask you for that, and they will ask you for the money. If you can't assure that you have $2 million, $3 million, it's impossible to get any project from them, right? Or to get the approval and the support from the UNESCO, right? So my invitation for groups and for managers is just that you just need to focus on what they want, right? They want this, and also you had to focus on the priority groups. The priority groups are the youth and the small islands. So if you are coming from one small island, you have a big chance that you are gonna get support from UNESCO. If you don't have that, it's almost impossible to get that, right? Okay, so apart from that, we are now, you might know that we have a lot of artificial intelligence right now, right? We have a big toll about that. It's easier to communicate right now between each other. We don't have that kind of barrier anymore. But we had to apply that on these kind of organizations. These kind of organizations were born in the 70s, basically. CIOF, IOV, FIDAF, all of those organizations were born in that time. At that time, we just, call each other, send by telegram or something like that. That was at that time. But right now, we are still keeping that, and it's still difficult to communicate with each other. So, for example, we want to build this database with big data, but it's super difficult for us to get in contact with you. And I can kind of understand that, because if I am a festival manager, I just want groups for my festivals, right? Or if I am a group, I want a festival. I don't want to answer any question for a university, right? For a research, it's kind of boring. I understand that, but if we don't do that, if we don't support this kind of projects from the university level, we will never improve. So we had created last year from the Academy of Cultural Heritage, we create a questionnaire based on a UNESCO goals, and we want you to feel that, because we have a communication directly to UNESCO right now. Professor Emma Chen said yesterday about that we got a UNESCO chair, so we have directly communication with them. And this is the only way to get to other countries, especially to the governments of other countries. Because I remember 4 years ago, I did a presentation here, and one of the answers were like, the artists or the managers are not interested in policies, right? They hate politicians. I mean, we all hate politicians, I know that. But if we don't work with them together, it's difficult. I mean, when you become aging and when you become older, then you pass away and then everything is forget, right? So we need to put just that on a database, on a big data, and then pull out the information on that platform. So all of the colleagues from the board of the members, they know each other to other organizations. I know that some of you are also members on FIDAF, on CIOF, right? But the good thing on IOB is that you can do research and you can communicate with professors, right? And when you are communicating on higher education, it's easier to follow your path with your group and with your festival. It's becoming easier, okay? So I want to put this example, this one of my slides from 4 years ago, okay? So we got a pool of 600 festivals between CIOF, FIDAF, and IOB, basically. But what happened with that? When we did the research at the beginning, we have like 1,000 festivals or something, but okay, this is international festivals, okay? Don't count national festivals, just international. We count that, yeah, we can have 1,000, but some of the festivals are in different organizations, right? So the same, I don't know, I'm just gonna put an example. Cibo Festival is also in FIDAF or also in IOB, right? So we don't really have 1,000 festivals. We have a pool of 600 festivals. That's the thing, that is the problem for us as well. But we only received 120 answers. That was in 2018, right? Then we worked with a Brazilian university from Rio Grande do Sul during fall COVID. We called the project fall COVID, and we only received 30 answers, right? It was uncertain that period. So we moved from 120 to 30 in 2021. And last year we did this one related to UNESCO objectives, and we just received a little less than 80, you know? And right now we are more than 80 people here, and we manage more than 80 festivals right now here in this conference. So the invitation for you is that trying to get in contact with the higher educational, we contact with the professors, contact with policies and policy makers, because otherwise the organization is not going to last forever, right? What happens if our board members get retired, right? So if we don't have these kind of things, we can't improve that on the future. And I want to mention these festivals because, on the COVID situation in China, we were closed, as well as in the rest of the world. But one thing that, for example, Gerd just showed you is the amount of people. And I want to make sure that if you ever been to China, it's massive. It's something that you can't believe. So for the groups, for example, if you had the opportunity to visit us on China, you will need to carry a multimedia cameraman, a multi-cameraman, like 3 or 4 cameras, because it's massive. You can do a lot of interviews, and you can record anything you want there, because it's gonna help you on your marketing when you go back to your country. It's gonna help you a lot. So this is one picture on 2016. We were there with a Colombian group. Then in 2018, we go back with an Argentinian group, and it's amazing. So if you had never had this feeling of rock star, this is the place to feel like a rock star, right? Like, you have all the fans with you, and they, please give me an autograph or something like that, right? So this is a good platform for you as an artist and as an artistic group. Yeah. For example, in Europe, if you ever been to Europe in festivals, more or less it's hundreds. You can count by hundreds. But in China, you can count by thousands, about hundreds of thousands. So it's pretty nice for your marketing projects that you have for your artistic group. This is one of the pictures from that. These are the other pictures on China, and this is the survey that we created for UNESCO. Jeff, this survey was sent to you. I don't know if you remember this. We made it in English and also in Spanish. So if you have any chance to translate to your own language, please get in contact with me. Okay, we need to create this database in order to put that through UNESCO. Otherwise, when we go to UNESCO, they will never believe who we are, right? And the good thing is that we need to know then who we are, right? So thank you very much. This was just my impression. So please give me your WhatsApp or whatever. I'm gonna send you this survey if you are a festival manager, okay? And we can keep in contact for more conference and things on a research level, okay? So thank you very much.
Just a moment.